日本時間5月21日、米国時間5月20日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースが敵地サンディエゴでパドレスとのシリーズを勝ち越した。主役となったのは、またしても大谷翔平だった。初回、試合開始直後の初球を完璧に捉えた大谷は、そのまま右翼席へ豪快な先頭打者本塁打。敵地ケトコ、パークを一瞬で静まり返らせ、チームに勢いをもたらした。さらに投げては5回無失点。決して本来の状態ではなかった。試合後、大谷自身も、ここ1週間ほど体調が良くなかった、と明かし、思うような感覚ではなかったことを告白。それでも粘り強く打者と向き合い、要所で勝負球を決めた。最大の山場は5回、満塁でフェルナンド、タティス Jr. を迎えると、ムーキー、ベッツとキントシナリが完璧な併殺を完成。大谷が感情を爆発させた場面は、この試合の象徴だった。救援陣も4イニング無失点と圧巻の投球を披露。ドジャース投手陣の層の厚さを改めて証明するシリーズとなった。二刀流の輝き、進化した守備陣、そして崩れないブルペン。ドジャースは今、完全に勢いに乗っている。この後、番組では大谷翔平の投打両面の活躍と試合の詳細分析が続く。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Adrian Gonzalez. A great series win for the Dodgers in San Diego. They take 2 out of 3 from the Padres after dropping the series opener. They've now won 7 of their last 8 games. 6th shutout win on the season. Jerry, your called shot. You said Shohei was going to do it pitching and with the offense. Picked up his 4th win of the year. Led off the game with a homer, but also got to give the bullpen a lot of credit as well. Another game without allowing a run. 4 more scoreless innings from that.
Let's touch on Shohei first. Shohei, outstanding job helping his own cause. He knew he wanted to pitch with a lead in that first inning, so what he does, first pitch swinging, home run. Outstanding job. He didn't have his best stuff or command on the mound, but 5 strong innings in our bullpen. Our bullpen has been outstanding all season long. Once again, put on a show tonight.
What a great job by the bullpen. And you want to make a statement to go into a hostile environment and quiet the crowd right away. First pitch, swing away, Shohei, put us on the board 1-0. Does it on the mound. Just a great job all around from the team. Great defense, great pitching. Great job.
Shohei started the game with a home run, and Teo put the capper with a home run there in the 9th inning. Let's hear from Teoscar Hernandez. He's standing by with Kirsten Watson.
Teoscar, you had a double yesterday, at the home run today. It's clear that you're feeling good at the plate, but when you look at your swing, what do these results just tell you as to where you are at right now offensively?
I mean, results are getting there, but obviously I'm more focused on where I can hit the ball, where I hit the ball, how hard I hit it. And now that I'm hitting the ball everywhere hard, that's a good sign that my swing is getting back to normal. And you know, just trying to continue to do that and just do things to help the team.
And it feels good when you crush the ball like you did against Marinaccio. What were you looking for him in that at-bat?
I was kind of looking for something hard at the beginning of that bat, and then when I get to 2 strike, I was trying just to see something up, soft, and he hangs one of those changeups. And I just put a good swing on it.
You guys were shut out in game 1, but these last 2 games, how have you seen this offense just come back together to put yourself in a position to win this series?
It just we putting together good at bats all over around. Mookie is having a good week. He's hitting the ball really hard, having good at bats today. He has, I think, 2 hits, a double and a hit. Freddie has 2 doubles today. Shohei had a homer, so it's a good sign when from top to bottom of the lineup having good at bats and good contacts.
You mentioned Shohei Ohtani. What was it like just watching him grind through 5 innings of work, but 5 shutout innings?
I mean, he's Shohei. We expect that from him every time he steps on the mound or in the home plate. Good things happen when he's healthy and ready to go.
What about this bullpen? How do you describe what you've seen from them the last 2 nights?
They're holding games for us. They're pitching really good right now. We're just glad that we have those guys back in there.
Teoscar, congratulations on this win and the series win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
6th home run of the year for Teoscar Hernandez. Great weapon to have batting 8th, and also a great weapon to have when your starting pitcher can bat leadoff and start the game with a home run like Shohei Ohtani did tonight, Adrian, tying Jock Peterson 3rd most in franchise history in terms of leadoff home runs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Shohei, the good thing I like about him is that he was ready to go. He gets a fastball up and in right here, and he is just ready to go from the get-go, and he gets the head out. Let me tell you, that is a deep part of the ballpark right there. Almost was robbed, but we talked about in the pregame, he's been swinging the bat so well because he's staying square. He let that ball get real deep until the last second and then pulled the trigger. He didn't open up, and that's how he's able to cover that up and in fastball. Great mechanics, great swing, great result because of that.
I love the fact we call our shot. It was around 6:25. I'm sure Shohei Ohtani and the rest of the guys were watching us while they're getting stretched out before the game. And we talked about our called shot. I'll tell you what, Shohei Ohtani came through in a big way.
So now he's behind only Davey Lopes and his teammate Mookie Betts. Dodgers franchise history with leadoff home runs. I got a feeling he might climb pretty high on that list before he's done playing. But, Jerry, going back to Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher tonight, and you mentioned he didn't have his best stuff. He certainly didn't have his best command, but somehow he finds a way to navigate through 5 scoreless innings, made a huge pitch on Tatis to get out of a big jam to keep it scoreless.
And listen, when you go to the mound, and Clayton Kershaw's talked about this in the past, I know Sandy Koufax, Don Newcomb used to talk about it. You go out to the mound, sometimes you're just not going to have your best stuff. But your job is to give your team a chance to win that night. Go what you got. You know, as a golfer, you may not be hitting the driver well. Maybe put the driver down and make sure you get on the fairway and give yourself a chance. Well, that's what Shohei Ohtani did on the mound. Making sure, the first couple innings, they kind of worked him a little bit. Give the Padres credit. Fouled off some pitches, some tough pitches, kind of worked him over a little bit, but he bend but didn't break. And I thought this was the backbreaker for them. Bases loaded, Tatis Jr. is up, who can absolutely fly. He's going to be tough to double up. Mookie Betts does an outstanding job getting that ball and firing to Kim right away, and Kim does a great job turning the double play because, Tatis Jr. is absolutely getting down that line. 6-4-3 double play, and you saw the emotion. Shohei Ohtani knew that may have been his last pitch because 88 pitches may have seemed like the 110, the way there were some stressful pitches there. So great job, Show. 5 strong innings to get the win.
Yeah, 5 great innings and just made the pitches when he needed to. He did battle through some at-bats, but he was able to execute and make those pitches come through. And that play by Mookie and Kim to get that double play was outstanding. That was a picture perfect, exactly how you want a middle infield to turn a double play to make that play happen. Strong throws all the way around against a really fast runner. And you see Shohei, he knew how special that play was and how those guys were able to turn that. And that was a great pitch right there from him.
Mookie Betts has worked on his defense so much the last several years. Probably in the past, maybe 3 years ago, he gets that and tries to go over the top. You can't really do that when you have another guy like a Tatis who can fly. Where you field it, you throw from there. You can have confidence to throw from the side angle. Tatis, the ball's hit to me. I got to be quick with it. See where he throws that sidearm throw right away to get it to Kim. And Kim, outstanding exchange to turn the double play. Another look at it. One step. Don't even really pivot. You fire from both feet that are planted. Give it to your second baseman. Allow it to turn. These guys do this all the time, every single day. Every day. These guys work extremely hard because in those situations, what do? Just react because you've done it so many times. So well done. 6-4-3. Listen, I get fired up about doubles. I say all the time.
We could do a whole segment on that. How good they did it. That was just picturesque.
And I tell these guys, listen, we all love strikeouts, but as infielders, we want to play too. I say that all the time. We want to play. We want to do cool stuff as well. And Shohei Ohtani inducing the double play, that was so well done.
Dodgers are going to have a very happy flight to Milwaukee tomorrow. They'll enjoy tonight in San Diego before they head to Milwaukee tomorrow afternoon. Right now, let's go back to the booth, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, Ohtani starts this game with a home run on the very first pitch. He goes 5 scoreless innings, and the bullpen a second night in a row of scoreless relief. Dodgers take this series.
Shohei's hitting was easier for him than his pitching, but he was still immaculate in both the home run and then throwing the shutout innings. But he had to grind it out, and I'm glad there's an off day tomorrow for everybody.
And they head to Milwaukee for another tough series with the first-place team and the Brewers.
Yeah, Robo's on his game, Sasaki's on his game, Yamamoto's going in the third one, and this pitching staff's on a roll. So they have great 3 starters going, and they got a great bullpen behind them.
All right, Dodgers come back from losing the first game here in San Diego to win the series, the first one this year against the Padres.
Shohei, when you look at how you were able to grind through these 5 innings of work today, how did you find you felt on the mound and navigating through their lineup?
まあ調子は良くなかったと思いますけども、5回投げ切れて相手の打線の印象とかどう抑えたんですかとか。
そうですね、まあ、今日までの1週間もあんまり投げ心地が良くなく入ってきてちょっと不安な感じはありましたけど、まあ、結果的に勝てては良かったですし、内容的にはまあやっぱりそこまで良くはなかったのかなと思ってます。
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty coming into this outing because the field wasn't great. And so the results were good, but as you saw, the process wasn't that great.
When it comes to that uncertainty, where do you think that came from? Was it something you felt during his bullpen ahead of the game, or was that something you felt just coming into the start in general?
ちょっと不安だったところっていうのは要素はどこでした？
まあ、投げ心地自体がそこまで良くなかったので、やっぱ自分の中のパフォーマンスのレベルとして高いものが出せるかどうかっていうのが一番しっくりきてなかったかなと思います。
Just overall feel, I have a pretty high standard in terms of performance, so it didn't really match.
Shohei, we saw a lot of emotion out of you after you got Tatis to ground into that double play to end the 5th inning. Where did that all come from, and was that a peak to how much competitive spirit you have inside of you?
ダブルプレーで感情を見せたんですけども、そういう感情を見せる場面っていうのはすごく、試合のピークでしたか？
そうですね、結果的にダブルプレーになりましたけど、その前のフォアボールがやっぱり一番良くなかったですし、回の入り自体もそこまですっきりするものではなかったので、結果的には良かったですけどね、そこまでに至るまでがあんまり良くなかったなと思ってます。
I love the results, but I walked the guy before, and that wasn't quite exactly what I wanted to do there. So, the results were good.
360, Adrian, on Shohei's leadoff bomb.
Let's go Access 360. We talked about his mechanics and how he's getting his foot down early. But first pitch of the game right here, ready to go. Up and in fastball. He's able to put his foot down early, get his hands back, and then fire them. Right there, you can see him fire those hands, stay on top of that baseball, stay behind it. You see his shoulder lean right there. 111 miles an hour off the bat, 39 degrees. And I know it says 405, but at Petco, the way the ball hangs, that ball was hit like 440. Only traveled 405, right? But it was hit about 440 somewhere else. And just a great job right there, giving himself run support and getting the Dodgers on the board after one pitch.
I like the dual action.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. moment of the game and Access 360. It's almost like they're combined Shohei Ohtani, pitcher and hitter. Dude, well done.
Dodgers, well done for them. 4-0 shutout win over the Padres. Let's hear from Dave Roberts right now with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Dave, first just with Shohei Ohtani tonight, what were you seeing from him as he navigated through 5 innings? Did it feel like it was a grind, but also just how he was able to do it?
I thought it was a little bit of a grind in the sense that I don't think he felt his best. I think in that 3rd or 4th inning, you can see him putting the governor on his fastball and just managing it and then reaching back for more when he needed to. So I don't think he had his best stuff tonight, but he found a way to get big outs when he needed to. Got that fielder's choice, to hold the runner at third base right there. Got a big double play. So yeah, it was good, and 5 innings, the pitch count got up there, and I felt that was all he had to give us tonight.
When he hands it off to the bullpen, who has been as excellent as they are right now, I mean, just how do you kind of describe what the group has been able to do, not only in this series, but really in the last week of games?
They stepped up. They came up big, and obviously, not having Diaz here, guys are kind of in different roles, and they've responded really well. It's a tough place to pitch as far as, this environment, but they all responded well, and they did a great job preventing runs.
What did you mean by not feeling his best? Was he not feeling best with the way the pitches were coming out of his hand, or was he maybe not feeling great physically?
I think today, I don't know. I just kind of, just saw the overall body. It just didn't seem like he had as much, reserve or stuff to work with today, so I really can't pinpoint it, but he just wasn't letting it rip as early for as long and consistently as we've seen in other outings, but he still has a way to use other pitches, sequence, and still get guys out.
Good pitchers. We knew we were in for a test. It's always fun to battle against the best.
we battled them as tough as we could and came out on the short end of the stick.
How did you process the team's inability to scratch runs across when you did have opportunities tonight?
Yeah, you're right. We had some opportunities. We definitely had some opportunities to break it open, and a couple double plays, nip that in the bud. So, we got to come up with a hit in that situation or a good at bat, and we just weren't able to tonight.
How's Jackson Merrill doing with his back?
Yeah, Jackson's doing all right. He's getting testing done. We'll know more tomorrow and the next day. It was when he was going up to rob the home run, the first pitch of the game. He just hit his back on the fence and just was feeling some discomfort in that area.
Maybe at that point you were taking him out. Did he talk his way in after he bat?
Yeah, the swings he took, he was just grimacing and giving bad body language, and so just had to talk to him. And he's one of those kids, like, he's probably just never gonna let me. He's never gonna say I need to come out of the game. I have to personally take him out of the game, and so tried to let him gut it out a little bit, and just even moving around the outfield didn't look right to me.
You've been pretty adamant that it's May and the standings don't matter and the opponent and all that, but is there anything you took out of this series, or what did you? The two really good games and the kind of one that wasn't so.
Yeah, I thought tonight was a good ball game. You take out all the double plays, and I think we would have had a chance. To me it was closer than what the score indicated. They were able to push, first inning home run on the first pitch of the game. It's something really as a pitcher you can't control. You're going to throw a strike on the first pitch, and he did something with it. Randy kind of limited the damage in the other innings to keep us in the game, and then another solo home run at the end, and we had bases loaded, nobody out, bases first and third, nobody out, and then bases loaded, one out, and we had another chance to score. So, a hit here and there, and that game's a lot different. So I think it was 3 close games. They're going to battle us. We're going to battle them. It's going to be a lot of fun for the rest of the season.
What did you make of Randy? And you said he had to battle, let's say.
Yeah. He did. He battled, and we definitely kept us in the game. Against their lineup, that's a pretty good job. They're a tough lineup, and they get going on a day and patient, getting the walks and getting some big hits. They're tough to deal with, and so he hung in there through that 5th inning, just walked those 2 guys. Otherwise, I think he'd have got through the 5th and maybe had a chance to get to the 6th.
That's maybe a complex question, but for Fernando to hit the ball in the air, what needs to happen? What needs to happen to kind of start slugging in the air?
Yeah, he's working every day to try to figure that out. It's not like he doesn't know and that we're ignorant to it. The hitting coaches are trying to rack their brains, and so is Fernando. And he's trying to do it physically also. Credit to him in the meantime. He's playing great defense and running the bases really well. He's trying to impact the game in different ways until he finds his swing.
Generally speaking tonight, I know this is a very, very small victory, but it seemed to be indicative of what you guys have done at the plate more. You got Shohei out after 5, first team to do that, longer at bats. Have you felt like you are seeing progress?
Yeah, it's hard to count that as a win in the major leagues. It only counts at the end of the day if you're ahead in the scoreboard. Moral victories, we don't keep track of those. But in the way that we took at bats, it was a positive way of us sticking to a game plan that we had decided before the game and tried to execute it. Now the other part of that is how do you execute it and then score runs with it? We're slowly but surely, I think, getting there. We had a good weekend in Seattle. We had a good second game here against the Dodgers, but the first and third games were, kind of tough on us.
The at-bats by Fernando have become more increasingly like the one where he grounded the double play, where maybe he's chasing something. It's not those battle at-bats like he had. How much of that is a part of his struggles at this point, too?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Natural for anyone to press when they're trying to get out of a slump. I think we're seeing that from a couple guys. And, early swings and swinging at a lot of things that they don't normally swing at. It's tough. This game is a mentally tough game. And, especially when you're struggling, you want to get out of it so fast. And sometimes the opposite is true of how you need to get out of it. And so, it's up to us coaches to talk to Fernando and be able to pat him on the back and try to teach patience to him and preach patience to him to help him get through this struggle, probably the biggest struggle that he's had in his major league career at the plate.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた。 次回の動画でお会いしましょう。